mind relaxes its grip. And then comes the final realization, quiet but transformative. Negative thoughts were never the enemy. Believing them was. Overthinking was never a flaw. It was a misunderstanding of where control lives. Control does not live in predicting the future or rewriting the past. It lives in choosing your response moment by moment. The Stoics understood this deeply. Peace is not found by arranging the world perfectly, but by arranging the mind to meet the world honestly. When this understanding settles, the mind does not fall silent forever. Thoughts still come and go, but they no longer define you. They pass like weather across a steady sky. You remain grounded, present, awake, and in that state, peace is no longer something you chase or wait for. It becomes something you carry, quietly, firmly, through whatever life brings next. Before the mind ever collapses into chaos, it seduces you with logic. It convinces you that thinking more is the same as being prepared, that replaying the past is how you learn, that worrying about the future is how you survive. It does not shout, it whispers. It sounds careful, responsible, even wise. Late at night, when the world slows down, it reopens old scenes and unfinished conversations. It asks questions that have no answers. It builds scenarios that feel urgent and real. And slowly, without tension, you don't notice the moment peace leaves. You only notice its absence later, when silence feels uncomfortable and stillness feels unsafe. This is how overthinking begins, not with fear, but with trust placed in the wrong place. The true problem is not that negative thoughts exist. They are as old as consciousness itself. Every human mind produces doubt, worry, comparison, and anticipation. The problem is the belief that these thoughts deserve obedience. One anxious idea arrives, and instead of observing it, you follow it, you build on it, you defend it. Soon it feels personal, like a reflection of who you are. A single mistake becomes evidence of inadequacy. No answers. A temporary scenarios that feel urgent and real. And slowly, without tension, you don't notice the moment peace leaves. You only notice its absence later, when silence feels uncomfortable and stillness feels unsafe. Overthinking is not too much thinking, not with fear, but with trust placed in the wrong place. The true problem is not that negative thoughts exist. They are as old as consciousness itself. Every first thought produces doubt, it rises from memory, comparison, and anticipation. The problem is the belief that these thoughts agree with it. Most people never notice this choice exists. They live as if the mind is a narrator telling the truth, rather than a generator offering possibilities. The Stoics rejected this passivity. They trained themselves to pause at the moment of impression and ask, is this true? Is this necessary? Is this within my control? This pause, though brief, changes everything. It creates distance, and distance creates freedom. As you practice this, you begin to notice how repetitive the mind truly is. The same fears return in different disguises. The same worries cycle year after year, rarely fulfilled, never satisfied. Overthinking feeds on time. It pulls you backward into regret and forward into anxiety, draining energy from the only place life exists, the present moment. The Stoics believed abandoning the present was the greatest mistake a person could make. Anxiety needs the future to survive. Regret needs the past. But in the present, stripped of imagined disasters and remembered failures, most things are bearable. Often they are manageable. Sometimes they are even calm. This understanding leads naturally to discipline. Not harsh discipline, but precise discipline. You stop trying to control the uncontrollable. You stop negotiating with uncertainty. Instead, you draw a clear boundary around what belongs to you. Your judgments, your intentions, your actions, your character. Everything else, outcomes, opinions, chance, timing is released, not ignored, released. Overthinking collapses when it loses the illusion of control. When the mind says, what if everything goes wrong? You no longer argue endlessly. You answer simply, I will act